You know, we need to hear good stories around this time of year. And when you think of Meals on Wheels and providing meals for people who can't get out and get the food themselves, or they're too poor to afford the food themselves, you do take note of those who are being fed at little to no cost to themselves. And it's all because of folks like my next guest, Joseph Tornello, Meals on Wheels of Staten Island, is the CEO in that particular region, a great area. Good to have you, Joseph. Thanks for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
You know, we were talking to Greg about it's surprising, the demand for this, and even in the most surprising communities where you wouldn't think it would be a big demand, huh?
Well, our older adult population is growing rapidly.
Yeah.
We have the baby boomers aging in. You know, we make a point that...
Why are you looking at me as you're saying?
No.
You're right, though. No, you're absolutely right.
And we've seen our census explode over the past decade or so, and particularly now. We opened in 1972 as a pilot program, and community leaders saw a need, and we've been growing just constantly since then. And we remain committed to never have a waiting list, which is part of our census growth. We're never going to tell a senior, you have to wait until there's a spot available.
Is there a means test for it? How does it go?
No. Our nurses evaluate, and we work in concert with the Community Agency for Senior Citizens, our case management partner, just to determine that people are either unable to cook for themselves or shop for themselves. They need healthy nutrition delivered in order to have healthy nutrition. We're fortunate to be able to, we deliver 2 meals a day. That's been our standard since we opened. We deliver meals that are responsive to people's dietary requirements, people with diabetes, for example.
Wow.
Renal disease.
You know, for each particular, customer, how to program it for their needs, right?
It's part of their initial assessment. Our nurse can get information from a physician or from the family. If the person, many of our recipients are on an ADA diet, diabetes and aging.
How do they react when you or your folks come to their homes?
They're very receptive. And sometimes people are coming out of the hospital and they need food as part of their discharge plan. Sometimes family members, if they're involved, are concerned about their parent or their relative having healthy nutrition.
Does the parent or the relative fight you? They say, oh, my grandkid pushed me into this, and they have their pride or whatever?
They're great partners. In fact, part of what we do, because our average age is 84, we have a frail population. There may be instances where the person doesn't answer the door at the time of delivery. Our driver, our deliverer, 80% of whom are volunteers. Many of those volunteers are retired seniors themselves. If nobody answers the door, it kicks into motion an emergency response on our part. Calling a caregiver. Mom didn't answer the door. Oh, I forgot to call you. I'm sorry. She's with me today. She has an appointment. Or something's not right. I'll go out there immediately, or we'll send our nurse out there. We save lives. We know we've saved lives. We have a frail population we're serving. But
you do something more, and you're not giving yourself enough credit, Joe, but you listen. You hear them. Sometimes just the company matters even more than the food.
We put it on the same level. That daily face-to-face contact may be the only person that the meal recipient is seeing every day, and the relationships that develop between them, just as important as the food we're delivering. The person knows, is a sense of security. Somebody sees me every day, knows that I'm well, knows that I'm not well, and can follow up on that. And that sense of security, that check on wellness, supports a sense of wellness along with the food. This is healthy nutrition. These are nutritionist-monitored diet programs, 1/3 RDA each meal, responsive to dietary requirements, as I mentioned. And we feel strongly we keep people healthy. It's not just.
And do you compete then with church organizations or work in conjunction with them? I know you work with businesses and all the rest, but how do you sort out who does what?
Well, it's not a matter of competition. It's a matter of collaboration and partnership. Again, being part of the Staten Island Hunger Task Force includes religious organizations.
No, the reason why I mention it is that some communities, like in mine in New Jersey, they've sort of contracted this out to second, third parties from what used to be volunteer-only church groups, that kind of thing.
Right. No, from the get-go, we've been the sole provider of this service. And you mentioned the business community. That's been a very, very important partnership for us. It's a wonderful partnership. In fact, we partner with organizations like Subaru, Share the Love. And with Subaru, we receive donations based on our level of participation. The Chamber of Commerce, the banks in our community support us in our functions, our fundraisers. The supermarkets, do drives. La Bella Market on Staten Island, this is the second year in a row, they initiated a drive where customers can give a donation to Meals on Wheels. I can go on and on with the business community and how they really are partners in what we do, because we're serving the same community of Staten Island. And
these are remarkable individuals. They've lived incredible lives, and they're diamonds right in our own society.
They are incredible.
Yeah.
Last count, I was asked to get a count of the number of our recipients that were veterans, and the number was almost 300. That's based upon, at intake, being able to determine veteran status. We don't have a number in terms of how many widows of veterans we have.
Wow.
We could very likely have almost half of our recipients veterans or veterans' widows.
Amazing. We can't forget them.
No, we can't.
Right.
Our volunteers are wonderful. I have to always talk about them and the heart that they give. Last night we had our volunteer dinner where we honor our volunteers for their service. And yesterday was Giving Tuesday. Well, what I said to our volunteers yesterday was, for you guys, every day of the year is Giving Tuesday.
It's very true.
And they give year-round.
And that's the beauty. They're not getting paid a penny for this. They're doing it out of their heart. And it's a beautiful story.
I talk to volunteers about our argument. I'll say to them, I thank you so much for what you do. And they'll say, no, I thank you for letting me do this. And I say, no, I thank you more. And that's the kind of argument
now,
we have
my
all the
thank you
time.
is going to thank you on Joseph Tornello doing the Lord's work. Thank you very, very much, my friend. Very uplifting.
Can I add one thing that
Sure.
I was asked to do? If we are building a new facility, we're moving forward with that and our funds. And so people visit our website, Meals on Wheels of Staten Island, or you can text Meals 313131. I hope that's okay to say.
Well, then it most certainly is. And we'll have it up on our website as well. Stick around.
Thank you so much.
Same here.